Welcome back to Social Studies, friends. I want to talk to you more about empathy. That's right. We've been talking about empathy, about how others feel and how we can understand and then possibly help them. Just like we have the wonderful Dr. Hickey here on campus to help us go through our big emotions and big feelings, we can do that with others too, with those around us that we love. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Yeah, it's such a fun story. And what I'd like to do is first, I'd like to share it with you. It's about a little girl who's lost in the woods, and she happens to find a house. Now, there's nobody in the house, but she finds some amazing things inside. Well, I don't want to tell you anymore because I want you to be able to enjoy it if you haven't heard about it yet. So come join me as we watch and listen to this amazing story.
Is the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, there was a little girl with golden curly hair whose name was Goldilocks. One day, Goldilocks was playing near her home when she saw a butterfly. She tried to catch it, but the butterfly flew away. So Goldilocks chased it right down the path and into the forest. Soon Goldilocks was lost, but then she saw a small house in the middle of the woods. Said Goldilocks.
I'm sure whoever lives here will help me find my way back.
Goldilocks knocked on the door 3 times. Knock, knock, knock. And on the third knock, the door swung open.
I don't think anyone is home.
Then she smelled a delicious smell, and her tummy rumbled loudly. So she decided to go inside. On the table in the small house were 3 bowls of porridge. 1 large bowl, 1 medium bowl, and 1 small bowl. Goldilocks was very hungry.
I'm sure whoever lives here won't notice if I have a little bit of this porridge.
First, Goldilocks tried a spoonful from the large bowl.
Oh my! This porridge is too hot!
Next, Goldilocks tried a spoonful from the medium bowl.
Ew! This porridge is too cold!
Finally, Goldilocks tried a spoonful from the small bowl.
This porridge is just right.
The porridge in the small bowl was so delicious that she ate it all up. Goldilocks was very tired, so she went into the living room and found 3 chairs. There was a great big wooden chair, a medium pink chair, and a small blue chair.
I'm sure whoever lives here won't mind if I rest for a little while.
First, Goldilocks sat in the great big wooden chair.
Oh my! This chair is not comfortable at all.
Next, Goldilocks sat in the medium pink chair. She sank deep into the cushions.
Ugh! This chair is too squishy.
Finally, Goldilocks sat in the small blue chair.
This chair is just right.
Just as she settled into the small chair, crack! It broke into pieces right under her.
Uh-oh. Maybe I should just lie down instead.
So Goldilocks went upstairs to a bedroom, where she found a great big bed, a medium bed, and a tiny little bed.
I'm sure whoever lives here won't mind if I take a short nap.
First, she lay in the great big bed.
Oh my! This bed is too hard.
Next, she lay in the medium bed.
This won't do. This bed is too soft.
Finally, Goldilocks lay in the smallest bed. It was the perfect size for a young girl.
This bed is just right.
Goldilocks pulled the blanket over her and soon fell asleep. At the same time, a family of 3 bears came home to their little house in the woods. They were very surprised to see that the front door was already open.
It looks like someone has been eating my porridge,
said Papa Bear as he looked into his large bowl.
It looks like someone has been eating my porridge too,
said Mama Bear as she looked into her medium bowl.
Someone has definitely been eating my porridge. It's all gone,
cried Baby Bear as he looked into his empty small bowl. The 3 bears went into the living room to find out who ate their porridge.
I think someone has been sitting in my chair,
said Papa Bear.
I think someone has been sitting in my chair too,
said Mama Bear.
Someone has definitely been sitting in my chair,
cried Baby Bear.
and they broke it to pieces.
And so the three bears went upstairs to find out who had been sitting in their chairs.
I believe someone has been sleeping in my bed,
said Papa Bear.
I believe someone has been sleeping in my bed too,
said Mama Bear.
Someone has definitely been sleeping in my bed,
cried Baby Bear.
and she's still here.
The three bears roared, and Goldilocks woke up very suddenly at the sight of three angry bears. The little girl jumped up out of her bed and ran down the stairs, through the kitchen, and right out the front door. Goldilocks ran and ran until she was out of the woods and all the way home. From that day on, she never ever went back into the forest, and the three bears never ever saw Goldilocks again.
Whoa, Goldilocks. Was it very nice to go inside somebody else's house when they're not there? No. But was Goldilocks such a bad person after all? Let's practice our empathy and let's think. How was Goldilocks feeling? Well, she was lost. And have you ever been lost before? Yeah, that doesn't feel very good. That kind of makes me feel sad. Yeah, I've been lost before when I was little, and I remember feeling very sad and scared. Yeah. She found a home. And inside the home, what did she find? Yeah, her stomach was rumbling. Did you remember that? And so she found yummy, yummy food. What else did she find? You're right. She found some chairs to sit on. And then some beds. Absolutely. You are correct. Well, as we mentioned in fairy tales, there's always villain, the person who makes our character feels yucky inside and maybe not let them do what they want to do. And then there's always the main character. And the main character here is Goldilocks. But in the story, who are the villain? Goldilocks is the villain in this story because she's going into someone's house and taking their stuff. That's not very nice. No. You can get in trouble for that, right? But friends, what if I told you that there's something called perspective? And this fancy word explains to us that for every story, everybody has a different perspective. Everybody sees it a different way because everybody experiences it a different way. What if I told you that Goldilocks wasn't such a bad person after all? Yeah, you would go, wait, what? We just read the story and she broke into the house. But wait, I want to teach you about listening to the story through somebody else's eyes. We saw the first original story through Goldilocks' eyes, but now I want you to see it through Baby Bear's eyes. Let's see how he viewed the story. You ready? Come on.
Today's story is Believe Me, Goldilocks Rocks, the story of the three bears as told by Baby Bear by Nancy Lowen, illustrated by Tatevik Avakian. First things first, my name is not Baby Bear. It's Sam, and I am not nearly as wee or small or tiny as people think. And Goldilocks? Ever since she broke into my house, she's been one of my best buddies. It's true that she takes a lot of chances, but she's not a bad kid, at least no worse than me. Let me tell you the real story, and you'll see. It all started when I complained about my breakfast. Porridge again? I said. The next thing I knew, we were all out the door for a walk. Dad, also known as Papa Bear, grumbled something like, "He'll eat it if he's hungry enough." At first, I lagged behind. "Stay where we can see you, Baby Bear," called Mom, aka Mama Bear. I ran ahead. "Not so fast, Baby Bear," called Dad. I stamped my foot. My name is Sam. Then I ducked into the woods and took my secret shortcut home. When I reached our house, I heard a voice. Someone was inside. I didn't know what to do. Should I run to Mom and Dad for help? Or should I chase off the intruder myself? Baby Bear would have made a run for it, but not Sam. I peeked through the kitchen window. A girl was taking pictures with her cell phone. Ha! This will teach Little Red Riding Hood to double dare me, she muttered. Goldilocks does not lose at truth or dare. She paused in front of the porridge bowls. Ew, she said. I liked her already. Goldilocks took a picture of herself in my dad's chair, then my mom's chair. You want proof, little Miss Hoodie? She asked. Here it is. Next, she took a picture of herself in my chair. When she got up, the chair stuck to her rear. She waddled around. She jumped up and down. Finally, she gave the chair a good whack, and it came off in pieces. Oops, she said. There goes my allowance. See, she meant to pay us back. Not that I cared. That chair was way too small for me, too. Upstairs, Goldilocks slipped off her shoes, which was very thoughtful of her, and took some video of herself jumping on my dad's bed and my mom's bed. I can't believe I'm doing this, she giggled. Now, jumping on the beds is not allowed in my house. This was my one and only chance to get away with it. I tapped at the window. Ah! Goldilocks shrieked. Let me in, I begged. I won't tell. Goldilocks opened the window and we introduced ourselves. She apologized for breaking in. We were really quite civilized. Then we jumped and jumped and jumped and jumped until we heard my mom calling from the woods. Baby Bear, where are you? Goldilocks raised an eyebrow. Baby Bear? She asked seriously. Never mind, I said. Here's my plan. I ran downstairs just as my parents were coming in. Baby Bear, Mom exclaimed. Thank goodness you're okay. There's an intruder upstairs, I said. You know better than to go around making up stories, Dad said. They sat down to eat their porridge, their cold, dried-out porridge. I brought in my broken chair. See, the intruder did this. What a naughty thing to do, Dad said, wrecking a perfectly good chair just to get our attention. But I saw her, I insisted. Come on. I took them upstairs and showed them the messy covers on their beds. Baby Bear, you know that jumping on the beds is a big no-no, Mom scolded. But the intruder, I said, pushing them toward my room. And as soon as we reached my bed, boo, Goldilocks yelled. What happened next was priceless. Run, Dad cried. To our safe place, Mom screeched. And if we don't make it, I love you both with all my heart. I made sure they saw me chasing Goldilocks through the woods. In between her fake screams and my pretend growls, we traded phone numbers. Mom and Dad were so impressed with my courage that they gave me everything I asked for. A bigger chair, spicy breakfast burritos instead of porridge, and a promise to stop calling me Baby Bear. Well, there was one thing I didn't get. Can't I jump on the beds just once in a while? I asked. No, my parents said. Absolutely not. Hey, it was worth a try.
Wow. So it turns out Goldilocks wasn't so bad after all. They're actually friends. And Baby Bear took the situation, decided to not tell the whole truth to his parents. Uh-oh. So who's the villain now? Friends, perspective is so important in our lives because sometimes we see or feel something and the other person feels it or sees it a completely different way. So I would like for you to tell me here in the discussion, was Goldilocks such a bad character after all? You can videotape it, you can type it in, you could even draw a picture, whatever you feel comfortable. I can't wait to see your responses. Bye, friends.